Hello, welcome. Today we will see a topic called as type conversion, implicit and explicit in this part of the video. So what we are going to learn, we are going to see what is type conversion, types, examples of implicit and explicit conversions. So shall we start? What is type conversion? Converting a variable or a value or a constant temporarily from one data type to another data type for the purpose of calculations or expression evaluation is known as conversion. Exactly. Conversion is the process of changing one type to another type. Yes, sometimes during programming or during expression evaluation, we need to convert one type of value to another type to make the processing happen. And that happens in two ways. One is automatic, also called as implicit, and the other is typecasting or explicit conversion or manual conversion, or it also known as forced conversion. What happens during implicit conversion, or what do we call an implicit conversion as? If a lower data type is automatically converted to a higher data type, then it is called as implicit conversion. When I mean automatic, implies the machine does it. So during expression evaluation, a lower data type is automatically converted to a higher data type by C. And that happens implicitly. So that's why these conversions are called as automatic or implicit conversions. In general, we call them simply as type conversion. Type conversion occurs when there are data types which are mixed. So therefore, in type conversion, data is promoted from lower data type to higher data type. And type conversion ensures that there is no data loss happening. So what are all the general rules to be followed during implicit conversions? A short and char are automatically converted to int during a conversion if there is a short and if there is a character and if there is an integer involved in an expression. Short and char will automatically be converted into integer. If one of the operand is long double, then any other operand will obviously be converted into long double because long double is the largest. Else, if one of the operand is double, all the others will be converted into double. If one of the operand is float, then all the operands will be converted to float. Else, if one of them is unsigned long integer, then all the other remaining operands will be automatically converted to unsigned long integer. So how do you understand this conversion? How do you understand implicit conversion? According to what rules does implicit conversion happen? So implicit conversion happens following a conversion hierarchy in C. And this is the conversion hierarchy. Short and char at the lower level, int, long int, followed by unsigned long integer, float, double, and long double. Now what happens? As we go from bottom to top, any lower data type, lower is what that rests in the down, and upper or higher is one with that rests above. So any lower data type is automatically converted to the higher data type in a particular expression evaluation. But before we go ahead, make a note. Remember students, conversion hierarchy only happens during expression evaluation. It is temporary. And the point to be noted is conversion hierarchy is not followed during assignments. Except during assignments, rest all expression evaluations follow conversion hierarchy. That means, in other short words, implicit conversion do not happen during assignments. This is how the implicit conversion happens. So you go from top to bottom, all the lower data types are automatically converted to their higher equivalents to ensure that no data loss happens. So the points to remember is, if both the operands are integer, answer is an integer. If one of them is float, the answer is float. If one of them is double, the answer is double. So let us take a simple C example and try to understand what does implicit conversion look like. So this is a simple C program. So A is 5, A is an integer. There is another variable called S. B is 2.5 and R. So I just wrote R is equal to A plus B. Basically, this is a mixed mode arithmetic operation where arithmetic operator plus is acting upon integer operand A and float operand B. So therefore, this is a mixed mode arithmetic operation, and we all know the answer of mixed mode arithmetic is the larger data type. In the conversion hierarchy, integer is lower part and float is upper part. So therefore, B is a higher data type and the answer will be into float. So A plus B, what happens? Machine generally cannot solve or cannot work upon different data types. So therefore, A is a lower data type, automatically converts A. Check out here, A is 5. So it automatically, machine implicitly converts A to 5, A to float. So therefore, it becomes 5.000. Now it performs A plus B because A became float and B is also float. So it does 5.0 plus 2.5. Now the answer is 7.5. The value of the right hand side is 7.5, which is assigned to R. So R is equal to A plus B. R is equal to A plus B. Now therefore the value is 5 plus 2.5, that is 7.5. Now R stores 7.5. When I print R, it shows 7.5. There's a small mistake. So if I have another expression, then expression is missing here. If I have another expression, yes, S is equal to A plus B, then what do you think is the answer? Imagine immediately after R, if there is an expression called S is equal to A plus B, what is the answer? S is an integer. So therefore, when I do A plus B, the answer is 7.5. But I told you that assignments do not follow type conversion. So the point part is truncated and just 7 gets stored in S because S is an integer. So therefore, S stores 7. That means during assignments, hierarchy is not mattered. It doesn't mind. So the answer of S is 7. So this is about a simple example to show type conversion. You can see type conversion. Suppose, let us take an example in the same context. Imagine A is 5, B is 2. A is 5, B is 2. I wrote R is equal to A by B. Then what is the answer? 5 by 2. 5 is an integer, 2 is an integer. The answer is always an integer. So therefore, the answer is 2.2. But because you are storing it in a float value, the value becomes 2.00000. Because implicit conversion converts or lower data type to higher data type, but implicit conversion do not come into picture when there is assignment operation happening. Also remember, conversions are always temporary. They only happen during expression evaluation, and after that the values are retained. So yes, explicit conversion. There's another half of this concept called as explicit, which is manual or forced conversion, which is also called as typecasting. Explicit type conversions are also called as typecasting. The syntax followed is data type of expression. Example, if I want to convert the sum into integer, I make it int of. So in the brackets, the data type that you want to cast. You can also write it as, this is called as cast operator, a special type of operator used to cast one value to another. So let us take up an example here. Double A is equal to 6.5, double B is equal to 6.5. I just wrote int of A plus int of B. Int of A makes 6.5 is 6 and int of B makes 6.5 is 6. So therefore the answer is 12 instead of 13. And when I want to float an integer, temporarily convert an integer to float, then it becomes 10.000. So these are forced conversions. The programmer does it when he had some work with it. Example, let us take a simple case. We have discussed this in the previous case also. A is 5 and B is 2, both are integers. Now I want to get the answer A by B. When without this particular float, if the answer is performed, the answer would be 2.000 because float, because no conversion happens. But dear students, because I used a typecast operator called float, what happens first? First, 5 is explicitly converted to float. When 5 is explicitly converted to float, it becomes 5.00000 by 2. Again, here is a float data type and then comes an integer. So implicit conversion takes place and it becomes 5.0 by 2.0. Now it is a real arithmetic expression. So therefore the answer is 2.50000 because R is a float value. When you store it in R, the output gets printed as 2.50000. So this is about how does it happen. So dear students, before we close today's session, I would recommend you to take a pen and a paper and try to solve these programs on your own. These are a few cases where implicit and explicit conversions happen in the process of programming or expression evaluation. So write a C program to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius using typecasting. Write a C program to find the area of a triangle whose sides are ABC, and write a C program to show implicit conversion. So I recommend you to kindly go and do these problems to understand, to check your understanding of how type conversion and typecasting works. Thank you. Good day.